most important thing that we have to do is to look at ourselves, and personal growth and self-development and self-growth it's the most important work there is. You have to know to know oneself, to really know thyself. Shakespeare even said it, this above all else, to thine own self be true. And it doesn't necessarily have to be expensive. So here were some of my thoughts. You don't need to spend money on a coach. You don't necessarily need to spend money on the courses or workshops. It would be great if you did, if you signed up for these and you put the money into it. Therapists can be very expensive, but if with the way the economy is, with the way most people's situations are, money is tight, and it's really hard to allocate funds towards this type of work. So here are some of my suggestions. Number one, the cheapest thing you can do is to get a journal and start putting pen to paper. Take the thoughts out of your head and have that conversation with yourself and put it onto paper, and you won't realize how valuable it is. I have years of journals now, and I find that the more I write and the longer my log has been, the more valuable this knowledge is, because when I look back, I'm just like, holy shit, like I'm doing exactly what I said I wanted to do now. Like, I can't even believe it. Like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, I couldn't even imagine that it would happen so quickly, or whatever it was. Or maybe you look at some really dark emotional parts and you're just like, wow, I can't believe that's what I went through. And you start to have an appreciation, and you start to value your own emotions. And I think that's one of the best things that you can do, is to invest in a journal and start writing, on a daily basis. And I'd say if you have trouble starting a journal entry, just think about, it's like, I am at whatever. It's like, I am at home, and then just start going from there. Or like, it's like, I'm thinking about ... and just start these, like, have these starters. So it's like I am at, what I'm thinking about is, what I'm proud of is, what I'm doing right now, what's on my mind, the thing I'm worried about. Here, like, these are just some sentences to start with, and you just fill in the blank and just let the stream of thought take over. The second thing I would say is, you need to start finding like-minded individuals like yourself. It's going to be the peer group that you surround yourself with that are going to be your coaches at this point. Maybe there are people who have a little bit more life experience. Maybe they're a little bit older. Maybe they just have diverse experience. So it could be just a group of friends that once in a while can have real conversations with each other about beauty, truth, and love, and just not take each other's bullshit. Or it could be a little bit more formal, like in Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill talks about the idea of having a mastermind and meeting on a regular basis. Ideally, you meet on a weekly basis and talk about, focus on one person at a time, and everyone puts their attention on that one person's problems, issues, obstacles, and these people are a resource to you to find alternative solutions, to have different perspectives on a situation. Maybe you have a mastermind group. Maybe you have just a group of friends that you look up to, or that you can turn to in times of need, or just for perspective, or bouncing off ideas. The other thing I would say is find a mentor. Find a mentor. Someone who, someone who's maybe a little bit wiser, a little bit older, or someone who has a little bit more life experience, or someone that you just find, is a teacher to you, someone that you could learn a lot from. And you'll be surprised how many people are willing to do that for you, just for a cup of coffee, or to sit at a park bench, or have lunch every once in a while, or have a conversation on the phone. And what they have to say is so valuable, and these relationships are so valuable to me. And I have all of these things. It's incredible to have these types of people in your life, people who are vested into your happiness, your success. And it's really cool. It's really incredible to know that there are people out there who are willing to do this. And the only way you can find out who these people are is just by asking and having the conversation and connecting and just being open. Maybe you write down 10 qualities you would like in a mentor, and maybe you start just have that list in your head and just start attracting that into your life. And just, as you connect with people, maybe you'll encounter them. The other thing I would say is have an accountability partner. So I have free resources on my website, olivermanlace.com, and there's a PDF there about having an accountability partner. And if you're in business, if you are trying to grow yourself, if whatever it is, it's great to have somebody that you can talk to every week. I've been speaking with my accountability partner, who's a good friend of mine, for I guess a year and a half, maybe almost 2 years now. And we've been speaking every week, and we have this huge detailed log of our conversations, and it is, every week I will list out what I'm most proud of, what I'm least proud of, how I'm feeling, a little bit of a summary if there's anything that I missed, the things that I said I would do last week and what I actually did, and then the things that I'm saying I'm going to do this week. And as well, I'd include different metrics that I'm tracking. So at this point, I'm tracking well-being, I'm tracking my sleep quality, I'm tracking my productivity, I'm tracking so many different things just to keep me on the ball. And we speak about for half an hour to 60 minutes every week. And maybe we'll miss time because we're on vacation or whatever it is, or because of scheduling, but we still go strong. And I think it's one of the most valuable relationships that I have, because they won't take your shit, and they will question your motives, and they'll question your own if you're saying one thing and you're doing the opposite thing, they're going to put light on it, and they're not going to let you settle. So these are all really low cost ways, and even no cost ways that you can have some personal growth and personal development, and have a coach, or have a bunch of people as your coach, as your mentors, as people who are going to keep you accountable. And you don't necessarily need to spend the thousands of dollars on a coach like myself, or a therapist, or the workshops, or the seminars, or all the countless books, or the countless videos that you can get online that you might need to pay for. And you know what? Like that's if that's where you're at, then these are the best suggestions that I have. I think you need to invest in yourself. I think it's the only way it's the only thing you have control over is yourself, your thoughts, words, and actions. And everything is, when we look outside of ourselves for solutions, then we will never be absolutely fulfilled. We will never absolutely be gratified or satisfied with the results. I think the only way to truly get what we want is to look inwards and sort our shit out ourselves, because I think that's the only way. We can't depend on our so-called leaders or these people outside of ourselves who claim to have our best interest at heart. The only real control over we have is in our own lives, and in the personal relationships that we have and that we surround ourselves with. So take care of your own house, take care of your own head, take care of your own self, and get that sorted out, and develop and cultivate that self-knowledge, that self-awareness, and discover a new possibility in this journey. And I really hope you take some of these recommendations to heart, and I hope that you get a lot of value from these alternative and cheaper, no-cost methods of growing yourself. And I hope you're better for it. Have a great one.